My emotions exploded. Hello. So, I am on a walk currently. I got out of work early, but my mom had to use my car today, so I had no way of getting home. I had to walk. So this is kind of random. Something on my For You page popped up talking about how this guy was like gonna do an acting challenge where basically you create this fake persona and you follow it for 30 days straight. In whatever you do, you cannot break character. And I've always said, well, I think in my head ass what I was saying, I think I could be a good actor. Which, not to toot my own horn, no, I'm just kidding. I'm probably like a mid, lower than mid, but not like unable to do anything. So I was like, you know what, maybe I could try to do that so I can like be the person that I think I am in here and just say I'm acting like it until it becomes my reality. And so here I am recording on my walk home, on my hot girl walk, while there's cars passing me by, and I'm just continuing on not being bothered by it because this is normal. I'm not doing anything weird. Also, yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, I went downstairs to go to eat dinner. As I sat down, I got a message on Instagram. I didn't open it until like after, but during dinner I got very agitated. The thing that I hate the most is when people make fun of other people for the enjoyment of the people around them and disregard the person who they're making fun of. They disregard their feelings. And it sucks too when I'm not able to say anything. My family, growing up, we never spoke about our feelings, so it's very hard for me to speak up. And it's something that I'm working on consistently all the time. I was getting very, very frustrated with this person, and it was a frustration where like I wanted to, since I can't express my emotions, I tend to be an angry crier. So I literally wanted to start busting out in tears at the dinner table. So I went up to my room, and then I looked at the Instagram message I had gotten, and this was like within the span of like 10-15 minutes, I think. And so I read this message, and it was this girl from TikTok who I've seen likes literally like every single one of my posts, and I always see her name and I like recognized her. And she messaged me and she was like, you know, I follow you since like 2020. I don't know if you remember me, but I just wanted to say you've helped me romanticize my life so much. She basically said that she's been going through a hard time and that she loves my energy, like my aura, that I've really helped her like be able to romanticize her life and like see the good in her life. And that just made me really happy. And I started actually crying, one because I was already in the crying mood, but instead of it being an angry cry, it was a happy cry. Because like not even like the day before, earlier that same day, I was contemplating myself and what I've been doing, because I've always had the same goal, and no matter how much I doubt it at times, I always go back to it. It made me cry because it's just like it validated me in the fact that I am helping people and I am achieving what I want to do. And like, even though it's not on the scale that I want it to be yet, I know it's just one person, but like one person can go through so much in their life, and just knowing that I was able to impact them and their energy and their viewpoint is so much. And like, quality over quantity, like it's always been said, and it made me so happy. And that really brought everything just like to the bigger picture. Like, it really doesn't matter the number that I see of like the amount of people I have like crossed on their phone, but it's more so the interaction and like the impact you have on someone, and that satisfaction, I don't know the word, it's like unmatchable. And like I love being able to like impact people in a positive way and help them see a better world the way that I see the world now, because I know how bad it's been, well, at least for me. Like, I know how bad it could be, and just like now to where I am, like being able to help somebody to see it in the light that I do would be amazing. So today is one of those bad days. Today is April 14th. Had a bad day at work, came home to another bad situation. I was already mad, and I just got fed up. I got really frustrated, and I started crying. I had to leave my house. I wanted to go to see a movie just because I mean, I live in a small town. There's nothing else to do. On a random Thursday morning, well, afternoon, because when this happened, it was like 1 in the afternoon. And so I figured the one thing that could like take up most of my attention would be going to see a movie. I got something to eat, and then I went to the movies hoping I'd feel better. But then as soon as I got out and I sat in my car, the feelings were still there. The frustration was still there. I got in my car and I'm like, okay, let's go home. And I'm like halfway home, I feel the tears coming, and I'm just like, I can't do this. I know I have to express these feelings, but no matter how much I try or how much I want to, the point is never gonna get across. Or maybe it does, but it's just gonna go straight over their heads, and it's gonna have no substance to them, and they're only gonna continue to see their point of view. I don't blame them for thinking the way that they do and acting the way that they do, because I get it. They don't know better, and I understand that no matter how much I explain to them, they're not gonna get it either way. But at the same time, I'm also like, okay, but like, I'm the one that was given this task to overcome the generational trauma, so I have to stay in this situation. I have to find something that'll work, something like, just, I don't know. This entire week has just been frustration for me, and I don't know how to deal with it, again, because I have never been taught to express myself, show or talk about my emotions at all. So it all just comes out in like angry attitude from me, and I know that doesn't do anything. If anything, it just makes the other party mad. So I'm like I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do, but I know I have to go home at some point. But even just thinking about that, I get frustrated again, because I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to even look at them without tears starting to come out of my eyes. And then they're going to be like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And that's going to get me even more frustrated, because I can't freaking spit the words out. So, character development, I went to the movies by myself. So now that is starting to be my escape. So obviously I'm getting more comfortable being out by myself, and I went to the coffee shop by myself. So that is an improvement, I guess. So win some, lose some. I just want to scream That's what I want to do. I just want to scream. But I can't. Like, I physically can't. It just sounds wrong when I do it. So as you can see, my emotions exploded. I think the other reason why, as soon as I get home, it all comes back is because I don't even really feel like this is my space. Not even being in my room. This is editing, Ashley. I know this is a little confusing, but I wanted to kind of like explain what I meant by that. By like even being in my room, I don't feel, I don't know the word that I said, comfortable or whatever. I am the type of person where I just like need to be alone. And like alone in the sense of like I can't have anybody like in my vicinity, even if like it's a separate room. Like I can still feel your energy. I'm still conscious of your energy. And I just like, when I say I need my own space, like I need to be like completely alone, because even if you're in the room next to me, I'm still conscious about that, and I'm still like, oh, let me make sure my volume isn't all the way up, or are they gonna be able to hear this, or like if I start selling, I'm like, oh, they're gonna be able to hear that I'm selling this and that. So like when I say I need to be alone, I need to be like completely alone. And it's just, I've spent so much of my life like thinking about other people and like worrying about other people, even just with them being in like a separate room, and not even like in a, oh, like what do they think about me doing this, what do they think about me doing that, or what are they doing right now, but like in a literal like worrying about somebody that's in the room next to me. So even if I'm like, okay, like I'm just like not gonna give a fuck anymore, like for some reason, like I don't know, like it just doesn't feel right. It very much feels like I'm still in that point of my life, and the only way that I feel like better about it, or like the way that I feel like I'm not giving a fuck anymore, is by literally just being by myself. And since I've been working on being by myself comfortably, one of those ways is like, I don't know, just like me protecting my energy is being completely alone. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's how my brain works. All I want is to feel emotionally safe. I want to feel at peace. I want to have free will, be in control of how I spend my time, where I put my energy. Editing Ashley again. If you are another POC, you know what I mean by when I say that though these things seem like simple things that somebody should have, that does not exist in a POC house. And it's not as simple as just like voicing your opinions and like how you feel, because if it's not how they feel, then it's not correct. And most of the time, no matter how many times you explain it and how many times you word it differently to maybe have them understand, it's just, it doesn't work. So yeah, it's very difficult. I told myself earlier crying was okay. Crying is okay. It's a natural response. I shouldn't feel bad for crying because I usually get mad at myself when I cry. Well, when I cry, when I feel like I have to cry in front of my family because I know they see it as me being too emotional or me overreacting, and it's just another thing for them to get mad at me for. And so I get frustrated at myself again because I'm giving them another reason to be mad at me. So I told myself it's a natural thing and it's okay, but it hurts. I'm so used to trying to silence myself when I'm crying that I usually hold my breath when I cry. And so this tension builds up in my throat, and I just hold and hold and hold until I feel like my head's gonna pop off and I have to gasp for air. But I just don't know what I can do. It is 2 days after that last clip that you guys saw. I can't say that I'm better, but I am stable. As stable as I can be. I am out and about. I called off of work. Well, I found somebody to cover my shift, so I wasn't completely rude. I found somebody to cover my shift, and I just knew that I didn't want to be at home, but I didn't want to be at work, so I'm just out. I came to this little coffee shop in hopes of being out and like being in the world, but obviously, since I'm already emotional, I for some reason could not get the courage to go in there, so I sat in my car for about like 40 minutes to an hour just debating going inside. And so then I finally got the courage to go in, but I left all my stuff in my car. All I had was my phone and my card and my keys. So then I was in there and I was like, wow, there's actually not that many people in here as I thought. I was like, I think I can actually like stay in here. So I was about to walk out, but I was like, you know what, let me just sit down. Like, I still have my phone, I have a coffee now, like, it's not gonna look weird if I'm just sitting here with only my phone. Because I had brought like my laptop and a book, so I had like other stuff to do. That was my intention, but I left my stuff in the car. So I just went in and I actually ended up staying in there for like, I don't know, like 20 minutes. Even though I did not have the energy at all to actually go in there and to share my energy with other people, I still did it because I knew I needed to do it because I told myself I would do it. So little discipline. If I say something, I'm gonna do it, then I do it. So I did it. And now I am back in my car. I don't know what to do. There's this little boutique in front of me that kind of looks like it's calling my name, but I don't know if I want to spend money. But at the same time, like, we're here for distractions today. I'm gonna go into the boutique because there's this little dress. There's this yellow dress right there that's calling my name. This one right there. I don't know what the pattern is, but from where I am, it looks cute. So I think I'm gonna go in and check it out. Hopefully it's not too expensive. I am trying to turn some bad times into good times. I also found out that this past week, a whole bunch of planets have been in Pisces. So that might have been the cause. And I just got my period this morning. So definitely good signs. I just saw 222 on a license plate. But yeah, so maybe I was just extra emotional because it was Pisces and because I was PMSing. But even then, because earlier I was thinking about it, how I was probably just emotional because I was going to get my period. But even then, those emotions are still within me somewhere. Doesn't matter if they're not as drastic. The meaning behind them and the reasoning behind them is still in here. So whether it was Pisces energy or my period energy, it still is what it is. Just got home. I'm still not really sure I processed everything that has happened. I feel like I'm just kind of trying to push through it, and really I've been pushing myself to not be home. Yeah. I know some people are like, why record yourself when you're crying, or why do you take pictures when you're crying? That's so attention seeking and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I, as I said before, have very, very fast memory loss. So I just forget. I forget a lot of stuff. And I like to take pictures because I want to remember what I was going through. I want to know, if I was sad, if I was happy, some insight into what my brain looked like at the moment. So sometimes taking those pictures or taking those videos helps me later on. And I want to start doing more so videos because for me, I find it easier to explain what's going on in here when I'm going through it. So that means recording when I'm crying, because it's easier for me to express what's going on in my brain as to the day after, because then it's I only half of the emotions are there and I don't know how to explain it. I barely know what happened, what caused me to be that way. So I do it because my memory sucks, and it might help some other people too. You never know. Someone might relate to what you have to say, to what you're feeling. So yeah, it could be both. It could be good for both sides. But yeah, right now I am tired. I just want to be in bed. And I hope nobody bothers me. Oh, and I know I said that I wanted to go out because I had told myself the day before that I was going to go out. And that's true, that still stands. And as I was out, I realized I wasn't really in the state of wanting to be around other people's energies. I did want to be alone. That's the only thing I want to be right now. I want to be alone. But I didn't want to be around other people's energies, if that makes sense. But it's wanting to be in your room or wanting to be in your house, in your apartment, alone. That's what I wanted. But I can't do that because there's other energies in my house. So that's why I still kind of force myself to stay out. And then halfway through the day, I was really, really high vibes. I was listening to some Harry Styles, and I was very pumped. My head was clear for a second there, and it was almost like I went to the gym. how in my last video I went to the gym and I felt better that one day. Now I know if I don't go to the gym, the equivalent of going to the gym, the energy that I feel after, I can get from listening to Harry Styles. So that's good. And then I also, another update, I'm so happy that I went through the slow consistency route when it comes to the gym, because this week and like last week, this week I haven't gone at all to the gym. Last week I only went once, I think. But I'm okay with that, because I'm understanding that right now my mental space is just not in that right now, and if I did go, it just wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right, and it'd be very forced for me to go. I don't really, my mental space is just not there, and I'm one of those people where, like, I may not be feeling the best, but if I don't know how to explain it, but I just know that it's not within me right now to go to the gym. But I still feel bad that I'm not going, but I understand that, like, my body right now and my mind right now needs to rest. And even though I would get, like, that high after the workout, it's not gonna help me in any way. Like, I'm not, how do I say this? It's not what I need right now. Right now I need to rest. I need to figure out what's going on in here. And I don't need like a temporary small fix. Yes. But as soon as this feels better and less like congested, I definitely do want to go, because as I said, I do feel bad for not having gone, but rest first. Something good that I have noticed, a couple weeks ago, my friend took a picture of me, and for the first time, I was okay with my picture, with how I looked. I wasn't like, oh, I look so bad, or even just oh, I look so good. I was just okay, and that's a groundbreaking thing for me. Like, obviously it's good to be like, oh, I look so good, but at the same time, it's like, what happens when you don't look so good? There has to be like a neutral spot. Like, you can't just go hate like. And I feel like I'm finally in that, like, no matter what I look like, I look okay. Like, my hair could be messy, I could be in like pajamas, like really unflattering clothes, whatever, but I still feel like I look okay, and that's made me so happy. And just like, my confidence has been the best it's ever been, which is very good. So yeah, I have that going for me. If anything, I feel like I look pretty, but don't ask me about anything else, because I have no idea.